everyone, and welcome back to not Godfell, but
Danganronpa.
I did mention the other day, Sunday, that I was probably going to stream this yesterday. However, I had a capture card and so here we are now. I'll be back into havoc. That's still loud, isn't it?
Danganronpa.
Can you hear me? It says you can hear me. Yeah, no, I'm definitely coming through. Test 1 2 1 2. Testing. Okay, yeah, you can hear me. I was just very quiet then because of the music. Right, let me really turn that down. And turn me up. God, I had to lower it up at 26 decibels. Right. How about now? Better. Okay. This was my save file, right? Yes. I mean, Sayaka's room. Okay, so last time when we left off, we swapped rooms with Sayaka as someone tried to break into a room. So we generously donated our room, so if anyone tries breaking in, it will be us, not Sayaka. And I apologise now if I'm pronouncing her name wrong. It's been probably just under a month. Am I still really quiet? How about now? Okay. Let me know if I'm too loud or too quiet, because I'm hearing off an iPad next to me. That's a bin. Oh, it's her motivational DVD. Okay. Yeah, just leave it in the bin. Yeah, it probably says the same for everything on the cameras. Surveillance camera makes... There you go. So let's hop into a bed and carry on. It looks exactly the same, but knowing Sayaka slept on it, I look forward to trying it out for myself. Oh, Monokuma coin. Okay. What was it? Triangle? Yes. I've got to be on the lookout for those Monokuma coins. So I guess it shouldn't be hard to find one here too. Ugh. Bathroom? Do I remember alright, all girls' private bathrooms have a lock on them. They're all reluctant to go in. Drawers. My room came with a toolkit because Sayaka's came with a sewing kit, just like the note said. And next to it's a map of the body's vital organs. I don't think Sayaka would like me snooping around too much. I should probably go to bed soon. I lowered myself in Sayaka's bed and present fragrance enveloped me. Sayaka sent. Maybe it'll bring me some sweet dreams. You pervert. Feeling a little bad before... yeah. Don't drink and try and speak, John. Feeling a little better than before I fell asleep. Imagine you're on a big spaceship in the middle of an intergalactic adventure. If Professor Layton has taught me anything, yeah, touch everything and get rich. Definitely. You gotta know it's Ark, right? We're sort of like that. We're setting sail and left Earth behind. Here you don't have to worry about crazy neighbors, corrupt cops, drunk drivers, or pyromaniacs. You don't have to worry about the ozone layer or asymmetric air pollution. Sorry. And of course, you don't have to stress about studying for finals or practicing for big games. But even divine world of freedom has a few rules. After all, freedom can only exist because of rules. If you're really dead set on returning to that tiny piece of dog poop you call Earth, please do your best to follow the rules. I hope I've made myself perfectly clear.
So then, let's everyone do our best to follow these new guidelines and live happily ever after together!
Thank you, Monokuma.
Good morning, everyone! It is now 7 a.m. and nighttime is officially over. Time to rise and shine! Get ready to greet another beautiful day!
I sat up still half asleep, rubbing my eyes, slowly pulled myself out of bed. I remember I was in Sayaka's room. I remembered I promised to eat breakfast with everyone else. I better get going. I left Sayaka's room and made my way to the dining hall. A few people have already gathered at the dining hall by the time I got there. Hello, Makoto. Good morning. Can you believe it? I was the first one here this morning. Yeah, good morning.
Hey, Makoto.
Morning. I suppose I'm early. I figured everyone who had arrived on time could be considered model high schoolers. And the ones who showed up a little late. Yo.
Sorry.
I'm a little late. Makeup just wouldn't cooperate with me this morning.
Ah, well, hello.
My apologies, ladies and gentlemen. My morning duties took a little longer than usual. With the types of more relaxed... With the types with a more relaxed sense of time, most high schoolers failed in this category. And finally those who kept everyone waiting forever...
Indeed.
I suppose I'm late. Good morning, everyone.
My bad.
Not bad, I slept through my alarm.
What's your problem?
But it's awful to be late.
Yo!
I didn't oversleep, and just so you know, nope, I got lost. I blamed the Bermuda Triangle. Don't care about time or other people in general. They're kind to move at their own pace. But regardless, everyone had arrived. At least, that's how we were supposed to go. Wait, are we still missing people?
Ah.
Yeah, Sayaka and Bakia aren't here yet. I don't know about Bakia, but I would definitely put Sayaka in the high school, model high school category. So for her to be so late.
What?
What's going on? Did something happen?
Yo!
Hey man, have you seen Sayaka? Why would I? I came straight from my room to here. Did she forget about breakfast, promise?
However,
I got the sense she's always had her stuff together. Listening to everyone talk, a small dark speech of uneasiness rose up. A small dark speck of uneasiness rose up inside of me. Yeah. And that speck started to grow quickly. I need to go. I have to check on her. Yeah. The words barely left my lips before I flew out into the hall. where I headed first was my room, where I let Sayaka stay for a single night, where she was supposed to be safe. But over the course of that one night, the room had been completely transformed. What the hell? There's slashes and gouges in the walls and the floor. And more importantly, where's Sayaka? More importantly, where's Sayaka? This was the replica sword I bought back for self-defense. It's been taken out of its sheath. More importantly, where's Sayaka? There's a keychain on the ground. It has my name on it. It must be my room key. I gave it to Sayaka when we traded rooms. I better check the bathroom. Let's take a look inside. It took me a second to realize I was screaming. Yeah. When what I saw dug its way through my eyes and buried itself into my brain. And then, everything went black. Hey kids, you want to see a dead body? Chapter 1: To Survive Deadly Life. When I opened my eyes, I found myself staring at the huge ceiling. It was a ceiling I remembered seeing before. And when I sat up, I saw someone looking at me. Again, it was someone I'd seen before. Yeah. Oh, you're finally awake. Are you okay? Yeah. Now's not the time for sleeping. Get your ass up. Huh? You were unconscious, dude. I had to carry you back here.
Well,
it's not surprising considering what happened. What happened? Hey, are you okay? It wasn't a bad dream. What I saw, it was real. That's right, it really did happen. Sayaka's dead. A deep, dark despair worked its way through my body and exploded out at me. I shot up and took off running. Hey, where do you think you'll go? I have to see for myself. I have to see if Sayaka is...
just give up.
You can check once, twice, 1,000 times. Sayaka is completely and inevitably dead. No, I have to see for myself.
Why?
Listen to us,
What?
man. What do you think's gonna happen? Go out there. Well, what good is it if we're just standing here? I mean, why we're hanging out in the gym like in a time like this? My friend Sayaka, she's dead. Dead. When I said it, it finally hit me. Alright, she really was gone.
Calm down.
None of us want to be here right now either. Then why? To be obvious, Nakuma, he told us to come here. Wait, hold on. Don't talk like we all protest that. I mean, we remembered the terrible price Sayaka had to pay. But
So...
I don't want to convince them to come right now. We need to do whatever he says. We're his prisoners, right? It's not a good idea to defy him without reason.
Correct.
We don't need to make any more sacrifice than that, or than we already have. Why should we listen to anything he has to say? It's obvious. He's the one who killed Sayaka.
Wrong.
Yeah. I would never do that. Yeah. If you could believe anything, you can believe that. Here he is again.
Hey,
Unless someone violates school regulations, I actually will not interfere. I can promise you, I won't do anything that goes against the purpose of your school life here.
listen up.
I'm famous at safari parks throughout the world following the one time bear rule.
But
And then who did it? Who killed her?
Come on!
You already know the answer. The one who killed her is one of you. No one had a reply for that. One of us killed Sayaka. Don't be stupid. That's.
What?
What's the matter? Well, you guys look like you're about to do there. What's the matter? You guys look like you're about to see a dove get shot down with a Gatling gun. Yeah. Don't you remember what I told you when this all began? Yeah. One of you decided to kill Sayaka that you could graduate. Yeah. Someone just following the rules. There's nothing wrong with that.
well,
You're lying, right? Of course he's lying. I'm telling you, he killed her.
Wrong.
Nope, sorry. One of you is now a bona fide killer. Yeah. If they wanted to... If they wanted to, the one who did it could testify to that little fact. What? Well, thinking about it, I looked around the room at everyone. They all had the same look on their face. Everyone looked at each other with a combination of fear, suspicion, and confusion. Are you serious?
What is this?
Someone killed someone? It's amazing what people are capable of.
Just hold on.
Hey, hold on! Don't assume he's telling the truth.
Stop talking.
That's enough. Before we do anything else, I'd like to confirm something with the stuffed animal here. Yeah. If one of us really did kill that person, gets graduated from the school, right? Huh?
Come on.
Yeah. Don't play dumb. That's what you said, isn't it? If you killed someone, you get to leave.
What?
What? Why are you laughing? It's 'cause naive. You're all just so naive. You think it's really that easy? You could just kill someone and waltz out of here?
Hey, come
You're
on
super
now.
naive, devilishly naive, hellishly naive. No. The real thing has just begun. Yeah, the real thing.
Now then.
Are you ready? Allow me to explain the second part of the rules regarding graduation. Yeah. Just like I explained before, you must kill someone if you want to leave. However, even if you would do that, there's still one more part that the agreement you have to uphold, remember?
then perhaps.
You're referring to rule number 6 of the school regulations. If you are the blackened and commit murder, you cannot be found out by the other students. Yeah. That is what you're talking about, are you not?
In other words,
Yeah. Bingo! It's not enough just to kill someone, you have to actually get away with it. Which naturally means you need a system in place to assess whether or not it's been gotten away with.
Yahoo!
So a certain amount of time after the murder has taken place, class trial will begin. Class trial? Yep. It'll begin a few hours after the murder. Everyone will gather together, including the blackened who committed the murder. And then they, other spotless students will all engage in one big debate showdown.
During the trial, you'll have to present your arguments about who you think the blackened is. And once everything comes to an end, the outcome will be decided by popular vote. If the answer you've arrived at is correct, only the one that disturbed your peace will be punished. The rest may continue their communal life. However, if you choose poorly, then the one who got away with murder will survive, and the rest of you will receive your punishment.
Which, of course, means your school life will come to an end. As far as class trial rules go, yeah.
Well,
So, what exactly is this punishment you keep talking about? Oh well, to put it simply,
What?
it's execution. Execution?
what?
And by execution you mean...
Execution is execution. Execution! Electric chair. Zzz, zzz, poison gas. Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane.
So, to make sure I understand, if we get the culprit right, they'll be the only one to die. But if we get it wrong, then the rest of us get executed?
Well done.
What a smart little chimpanzee you are. Look at you implying you... there. Look at you implying you don't do it without actually saying it. So it's basically what the outside world calls a lay judge system, or an inquisition type thing. Which means you'll be deciding who you think the killer is. But judge carefully, because all of your lives are on the line. Okay, let me just add the rules I just described to your handbook to make sure to keep them in mind. And the new rules have been added to the regulations menu.
Hey!
Wait, hold on a second.
The hell are you talking about?
You're freaking insane, you know that?
Huh?
What the?
A class trial? What the hell's that? I don't want anything to do with it.
What's this?
Why not?
Stop it!
What do you mean, why not? Why do I have to waste my time trying to figure out who murdered someone?
What?
What? Are you saying you're not going to participate in the trial? Only punishment awaits for such blasphemy.
The hell are you talking about?
What punishment? I don't know, for your deep, dark, scary prison or something?
Shut the hell up!
Shut the hell up. Say what you want, I'm not going to be part of this.
I don't believe
Don't be so selfish.
Stop it!
You're the one being selfish. Kill whoever you want. It's gonna do nothing. It's got nothing to do with me. Evil standing here before me. I'm trembling with fear. But I won't give in to such evil. It's my style to stick it out and resist it to the very end. If you really want to get out of here, you'll have to go through me first. As he said, he came charging at us, although it was more of a waddle. But then...
Are you enjoying yourself now?
Are you?
Huh?
Violence against Headmaster Monokuma is not allowed. You violated a school regulation. I invoke the mighty summon spell. Help to me, godly spear Gunyear.
You just stab her? Oh, sweet Jesus. Okay.
This wasn't supposed to... Why me?
Silly right the and her eyes shut wide open. And just like that, she never moved again.
No way!
What the? I don't... It can't be real. I'm not screaming now. Now I'm painfully aware of the great power of the meaning of a promise. I really want to keep a corpse from popping up for no good reason, you know? But I guess you all need to be taught a lesson. We heard you like dead bodies, so we got you a dead body with your dead body. Oh god, this first murder's a twofer, although we know the one, but we can't kill him. Well, I guess you all needed to be taught a lesson after all. What an amazing promise. Yeah. But now you guys understand, right?
Now you see just how serious I am. Defy me and you get shot full of holes, exploded, buried alive, disintegrated, etc. So, if you don't want that to happen to you, you'd best obey those school regulations.
Junko's body had been impaled with a bunch of spears. An unbelievable amount of blood started pouring out of the body. It was the first time I ever seen that amount, the moment someone's life came to an end. But no one could know what they'd seen. Junko, who until a second ago had been our friend, and she was dead, she died, she'd been murdered. In simple terms, it was the death of a human being.
Hey,
It's really not all that shocking. She just died, that's all. Just went and died. Yeah. It's no more remarkable than the inevitable demise of the entire human race. It's just as natural as the eventual end of the world is itself. This isn't some superhero comic. So no, like when you die, you don't really die. This is reality.
Why?
Oh. Jesus. Okay. Gotta get back into the swing of reading. Why do you have to kill her? Didn't you say you would put her in prison or something? I changed my mind.
I knew it.
No. You've been waiting to kill this entire time.
say what?
Kill this entire time? Don't be silly. You can't kill time. Or are you being metaphorical? Are you saying I wanted to waste time this whole time?
Damn it!
Come on, what do you take me for? I'm Monokuma.
Well now.
Anyway, none of this matters right now. There's something I'd like to give you to help you in your search for the blessing. This little file has all the information I gathered about the death in question. I call it...
It's the Monokuma file!
I mean, naturally you guys aren't experts at this kind of thing, so I only did as much as so I did so much with a corpse. So instead, I gathered up knowing about the circumstances and cause of death. What's that? How do I know the cause of death, you ask? Because the surveillance cameras picked it up. The whole thing. I gotta see it all go down.
So then,
Wait, so you know who killed Sayaka? Of course I do. If I didn't, I couldn't possibly pass a fair, accurate judgment during the trial now, could I?
correct.
That's a good point. The judge has to be able to make proper decisions, but that's something somehow comforting.
Well,
Now then, please put your full effort behind your investigation. After all, you don't have any choice but to give it your best shot. Seriously, you don't have a choice. Okay, so we'll meet up for the class trial in a little while. And with that, Monokuma disappeared once again. He left us all stunned and confused. He left us at a total loss. He left us with Junko's dead body growing colder right in front of us. And for who knows how long. Nobody said a word. The fact that Sayaka and Junko were dead were huge shocks, of course. But there was more than that. It was also the idea that one of us had actually murdered someone. And that if we don't find out who it was, we would all die here. we find ourselves in a situation where we couldn't help but to look at each other with open suspicion. It was the worst situation imaginable, and yet even in such a previously terrible situation, she didn't show the slightest hint that they had got into her.
Hey,
Yeah. No time to wallow in your despair. The worst thing we can do right now is to lose all faith in each other. That will lead to the same distorous result as having total faith in everyone else.
What?
Huh?
in other words,
Cooperation is absolute key at this point. Do we decide to trust who you decide to not? Who you decide to trust or not to trust is, of course, up to you. Continuing to think about it and talk about the deceased certainly isn't going to help anyone.
What the heck?
Saying stuff like that is just. How many times have I told you? Anyone else? Anyone who can't adapt will die. If his only thing awaits those who are unable or unwilling to adapt. If that happens, you only have yourself to blame.
That's terrible.
What an awful thing to say, especially after what just happened.
just a second.
Right now, exposing the killer is the most important thing. Because if we don't, we're all gonna die here. She's right. We need to begin our search right away.
Of course.
Either way, we can run away from the situation, so we have no choice but to move forward.
What the heck?
We'll just have to do it, I guess. What other choice do we have? No way in hell I'm letting someone kill me. Alright. Damn it, let's do this. We just have to do it. Everyone kept repeating that statement. They were using it like a mantra to give themselves strength. But they're right, we just have to do this. No matter no matter how much we don't want to, we have to. We have no choice. If that's what it takes to survive, then that's what we'll have to do. On top of that, there was something I need to find out. Yeah, I had to know why Sayaka had to die. Yeah, she had to be the. Why she had to be the one? I'm terrified to find now, but still, I have to know. Otherwise, I knew I'll never be able to accept her death. Which is why I don't have any choice. I have to do this. Okay. I gently placed my hand on Junko's lifeless body. I touched the wrist to check for pulse if... I had to do she really is dead. There wasn't anything else to say. She was gone. I don't know why you even bother checking after those injuries and losing that much blood. Frankly, I'm shocked if she did survive something like that. Huh? Hold on, wait just a second. She's dead? Then that means...
What?
That means everything that's happened so far is real? It's not a joke or whatever, it's real?
Let me out of here!
Hell no, it's like, let me out of here.
What's your problem?
You're just accepting that. Okay, I guess I'll work from left to right. Hifumi! Hifumi? Consciousness has been crushed. Restart now. Please wait a moment. Okay, he's rebooting. Coco! We must be in shock. She can't even open her mouth to talk. Hero?
What should I do?
Someone's got right in front of us. They. I guess Saki is technically next. We can't run away from this situation, so we have no other choice than to move forward.
Let me out of
Let
here!
me out here. Come on, someone let me out. Okay.
Huh?
Is this really happening?
Don't fuck with me.
Screw that piece of shit there.
Hey,
Before we start searching for Sayaka's killer, we'll need to decide what to do about searching the crime scene. What do you mean? You're thinking putting someone on guard duty so no one can disturb the area, aren't you? After all, the culprit destroys the evidence, we're pretty much screwed.
Hey,
In that case, I don't mind doing it. I don't like having to think anyway. I'll let you guys figure out who killed that chick. Okay, then we can let Mondo look after the scene. Well, no, we can't just leave him there alone.
what?
What the hell? Why not?
Stop talking.
Well, even obvious. If you're the culprit, what's the first thing you'll do? By volunteering to guard, by volunteering for guard duty, you're in a position to destroy all the evidence you want. What? Fuck you.
So then,
Fine then. I'll stay on guard duty as well. That way there's no problem. Two-player code base. Yeah. Since we won't be able to help him the investigation, we'll put our faith in the rest of you.
but
I'm still pretty freaked out, but I'll try.
what the heck?
I hate this. But still, we don't have a choice, do we? We have to figure out who did it. Or else we're all dead.
Oh,
So, you finally noticed.
Crap.
Huh? Noticed what? I was looking for the Monokuma file we received. And I noticed something obvious and very unusual.
huh?
Yeah, what are you talking about? Go ahead and look. Notice anything interesting about where Sayaka died? She died in Makoto's dorm. What? She's right. That could be. All at once, everyone gets gaze turned to me. Hold on a second, you've got it all wrong. For just one night, I traded rooms with her. I did it because she was afraid.
What the heck?
You expect us to believe that? Just tell us the truth. The look in everyone's eyes had done a complete 180 just from a few minutes ago earlier. The feeling of suspicion and fear had returned. In other words, you think I did it?
So then,
Are we all done talking? We all need to begin our investigation as soon as this point we should split up. We need to get to the bottom of this to find out who killed Sayaka. Yeah. Well, we'll have to collect clues to form a foundation that constructs an argument to come against a final decision. If we get this wrong,
so
well, do I have to say any more?
eventually,
However, you didn't know.
goodbye.
Well, everyone pray for good luck. With that, Kyoko hurried out of the gym.
Goodbye.
What are we going to do? And just like that, Kyoko, was gone before we realised
Yo.
it. Hey, I'm on guard duty. How about I head to the scene of the crime? Oh, that's right.
Hey, damn it.
Let me just say this right now. If whatever son of a bitch did this is here right now, and they're thinking of destroying that evidence,
You're fucking dead.
they better not let me find them. I'll skip the trial and cave their goddamn skull. I'm serious, I will fuck them up. Letting these deadly words hang in the air, he and Saki ran off.
So,
But I mean, But, I mean, we're not detectives or anything, you know? We're gonna investigate a murder? How will we ever do something like that?
Anyway,
We don't really have to do anything in particular. We already know who killed Saya. What are you implying?
this is very suspicious.
You. I'm telling you, it wasn't me. Don't come any closer. You're gonna kill me next.
So,
Well, I guess it wouldn't hurt to give it a shot. It's not for sure that Makoto's guilty yet. That's true. We may as well at least check into some check. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't help investigate. Hey, why not? I'm not good with blood. All it takes is one glimpse and I'll black out.
Oh yeah?
Well, whatever. I don't think anyone was going to expect much from you anyway. Alright. I guess I'll be able to get going. Hey, don't go yet. You have to hear me out. Well, that's pointless. Everyone already left. And Nepine looked at me filled with suspicion. Does everyone really think I'm the killer? How did it turn out like this? Seriously, they've got it all wrong. Why did they have to expect me? I have to do something. Otherwise everyone will be killed.
Execution is execution. Electric chair. Zzz, zzz, poison gas. Torn apart like a paper plane in a hurricane.
I can't let that happen. I can't let things turn out the way Monokuma wants. All I have to do is find out who really did it. Who really killed Sayaka? I guess I should look through the Monokuma file we got before. The victim, Sayaka Mizuno, time of death estimated around 1:30 a.m. Body was discovered in Makoto's room in the dormitory. All evidence suggests that the death took place in the bathroom. The cause of death was stab wounds to the abdomen. There was also an injury to her right wrist. Specifically, the wrist appears to have suffered a fracture. Yeah. We have no choice to push forward if we want to find out what happened. Somehow find out the truth. So that we can all survive. And for Sayaka. I have to find out how she was killed. Monokuma number 4 has been added to the truth bullets in the handbook. Okay. Whatever, if I check the monitor up here and it gives me a coin. No, there you go. Anything else in this room I can someone's firing from these cameras, but who on that 4? No, okay, so here. Are you gonna help the investigation, Chief? Okay, Yuko here, I feel sorry for her. Yeah, I have to stay with her. No way, seriously, I don't want to die.
Help me!
I beg you, God, the heard of Mother Earth, God of Space, King Neptune, help me. I don't care who it is, just let me out of here. Hero doesn't seem prepared for any kind of investigation right now. How do you fast travel? I'm forgetting which button the menu is. First of all, I should head to the scene of the crime in my room. We wouldn't want to make any we won't make any progress without investigating there. Okay, just taking me there now. So I headed to my room where Sayako's corpse still remained. I better examine the state of my room a little closer. Might reveal something new. This is a replica sword I bought back for self-defense. Does this mean it was used in the attack somehow? Triangle, then the map. Okay. And plus, it's been taken out of its sheath. Yeah. I hadn't actually looked at the blade until now. It shouldn't surprise me that it's coated in gold too. On top of that, some of the gold coating had come off parts of the blade and the handle. Yeah, the handle especially is missing a lot of its coating. Yeah. I remember the coating sticks to you even if you just touch it a bit. It might be square. Okay, so I got the replica sword. Okay. There's a key on the ground. It has my must be my room key, if I remember correctly. That's right. We'll have to trade keys. Yeah. When we switch rooms, we switch keys too. It's certainly a button. It's definitely a button to open the menu. Psycho. How did Killer get into the room in the first place? Could Psycho try to lock the door? No, that seems impossible. I was about to say, how are we getting into this room right now? Yeah. Same goes for you, Psycho. No matter what, just don't open the door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, absolutely won't open the door, otherwise the point of switching. Yeah. After saying that, there was no way she would have been able to pick up the door or open it for any reason. Or maybe she dropped the keys, someone else grabbed it or something. No, that's not possible either. Sayaka was here when we switched rooms. Yeah. And with how scared she was, she wouldn't have gone walking around. She couldn't have dropped it. So how did the killer... Switching rooms. Bed. Yeah. There's gouges in the bed, like someone attacked it. Yeah. What the hell happened here? I'll speak to you.
By the way,
you know, I realized something whilst on guard duty. The killer could have already destroyed some evidence before we even found the body, I mean. There's a trash room here in the dorms, right? So they could have tossed some stuff in there. Yeah, there's definitely a possibility.
you son of a bitch!
That dirty bastard!
Shit.
Anyone who raises their hand to a woman is scum. That deserves death. That's what my brother
You're
taught me.
fucking dead.
If I ever find a son of a bitch that did this, I'm gonna pound their goddamn face in. But what if it's a girl that did it?
Yo.
Yeah. That'll get also out when the time comes. Sakura. Sakura, do you think I'm guilty too?
Hey,
I'm trying to make any assumptions like that. I simply don't want to. I don't know whether or not you did this. Whatever decision the rest of you come up with, I will follow the lead. I see. Oh, hi, Kyoko. There are scratches, gouges in the wall and bed. Is this the evidence of the struggle? Looks like there must have been some kind of fight in the room. Damn it! I was right there in the other room. If only I heard something.
wait.
That would have been possible. Huh? Don't you remember? All the rooms are completely soundproof. So someone could be in the other room next to you and you
Well,
never clue. Perhaps this was another of Monokuma's strategies. Certainly an ideal setting for a murder. Everything's a struggle. What the music? Hey Kyoko. I quietly called her name while she was investigating the area, but
What are you doing?
Isn't it obvious? No, not really. I'm searching.
Searching?
She was down on her knees, carefully inspecting every inch of the
Did you
room.
lose a contact or something?
I don't know what she's doing exactly, but it seems to be. She seems to be concentrating pretty hard on it. Into the bathroom or is the character blocking it? Nope. I should look around here first. I can check on the other slots later. Oh, okay. Squares the. Jesus! Can you check? Today we're gonna make you check every pixel. Sheath. This is the replica sword I brought back for the fence. Does that mean we're using the attack somehow? And plus the sword has been taken out sheath, but And there's some scratches on the sheath that must have been made with something sharp. But how does sheath get scratched up like this in the first place? If someone used the sword during the struggle, doesn't make sense for the sheath to be damaged. I mean, if you're gonna attack someone with a sword, the first thing you do is unsheath it. A heavy sheath like this would only get in the way. It could just slide off in the middle of a fight. So why are there scratches all over the sheath? I'm guessing Sayaka went for the sword after the attacker came at her with a knife and couldn't get the sheath off in time? Okay, Sayaka cleaned up. Oh, hello. Oh, it's Sayaka's file. You couldn't see that. There's a notepad, it's still here, but I don't think it's relevant right now. Okay. Yeah, sorry, I'm blocking the drawer on the notepad. The toolkit's still inside the drawer, and seeing evidence of all makes sense, I guess. I mean, it's mine, and had no good reason to open it. I can't imagine a situation where I need a toolkit like this.
Yo.
Yeah, seriously.
What?
We ain't exactly in the mood to build freaking furniture, right? Yeah. So you haven't used yours either then?
What?
Yeah.
What?
Not just me, no one's busted theirs yet, as far as I know. Actually, we were talking about it yesterday.
By the way.
None of the guys have opened their toolkits yet, because like, what the hell would we... toolkit has been added. Okay. I think it's trying to get me to stuck on the table behind. No, that's the door. Yeah. Trying to get me to suspect the... No, it's the sword casing that here is in the way. It's the display saying with the sword was on. Nothing. There's scratches and gouges on the walls and the bed. This is the evidence of the struggle. It looks like there must have been some kind of fight in my room. My God, Makala, you're a genius. Oh, there's a scratch there. Are the swords on the ground? There's someone dead in my bathroom. Did someone fight in my room? No. But there's more scratches over here. There's the sheet. Yeah, someone must have had a fight. Main protagonist, everybody. Our rooms are completely soundproof, remember? If anything would happen, there's no way you could have known.
Well.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. We had this conversation before. No? Still not check the bathroom? Look around here, but... What am I missing? Ace Detective. You're not kidding. Camera? surveillance camera. The mastermind must be using these to keep an eye on it, everything that happens here. They didn't do anything to stop what was happening, just kept on watching. Something else, right? Sorry about the... I honestly cannot see what else he wants me to click on. I've clicked on everyone. I can't leave. The only other thing is the monitor. No. Kyoko? Hey, Kyoko. Are we just getting this again?
What are you doing? Isn't it obvious? I'm searching. Listen.
Are you a clean freak? No. I didn't think so. But what? Nodding, she glanced around the room once more time.
I see.
Interesting. What's interesting?
Hey,
Just as I suspected, something very unusual about your room. Unusual? What do you mean?
so...
I've searched your floor from corner to corner and didn't find a single strand of hair. Really?
Indeed.
Not one hair from the victim and not one from you, even though you've been living here. You know, now that you mention it, I noticed something whilst I was looking around the room. It looked like the lint roller in my room has been used, but I never touched it. Could someone have used it too?
I see.
Very interesting. Your room don't have a single hair on it, and someone used your lint roller without your knowledge. In other words, someone other than you came in and scrubbed your room clean. Was it Sayaka or the killer?
Well,
That's the question, isn't it? Okay. Anything else, guys?
By the way. Yo.
You say the same. Back around. I check the bathroom now. Bathroom. And the other side of this door. No. I can't let it get to me. I can't afford to freeze up now. Forcing myself to push my panic down and steps into the bathroom. Looking at her made it painfully clear it wasn't a dream or an illusion. She had lost everything that made her her. Sakia. All at once I overcome with dizziness, nausea, and the urge to burst into tears. But I can't hesitate now. Why? Why did Sakia have to die? I have to uncover the truth. I have to find out what happened. I wanted to give up. I wanted to collapse. But that thought held me up and supported me. Okay, this is probably like the only time we get... Jesus. Well, sorry about the cuts to game development, but your toilet is literally made of cardboard. Sorry, Makoto, but you drew the short straw because you are the ultimate unlucky student. Okay. Is Sayaka the only thing I can check? Oh no. The water from the shower gets turned off at night time. Oh, Leo did it. Okay. I look past Sakia to the wall behind her. I saw. What? Written in blood was 11037. Or if we turn it upside down, Leo 2. Okay, right. It's not just me, right? I don't see numbers, I just see upside down letters. Like, is that just me being weird that I saw Leo first? Well, I'm guessing she wanted to put Leon, because Leon's one of the characters, right? And she could have finished the N before collapsing. Or am I just carry on? Okay, time to click on the body. I told myself I simply couldn't face what I saw, but literally no player has ever seen just numbers. Thank you! Like I'm looking at that. That doesn't look like a 7 to me. That's an L. Yeah. It's no time to think like that. I've pulled out the Monokuma file to verify what was said about the body. Some sort of sharp object has been thrown through her stomach. That must have been a killing blow. But whatever they used to kill her, But whatever they used to kill her, where they got it. That's definitely something I should look into later. Also, according to Monokuma file, Sakio's right wrist was broken. Her right wrist does look swollen and bloodied for sure. There's some sort of glittery there on her wrist too. Right there, where her wrist was swollen, there's something glittery. Definitely concerns me. Another thing that concerns me is some kind of blood on her left index finger, but what is it? The palms of both hands are totally spotless, so how come it's only on the left finger? Okay, so the right wrist was obviously to block. Hang on, yeah, there's my wrist. So the killer obviously got the sword, and Sophia tried blocking it. But then, wherever they got the knife from, they stabbed her, thinking that's what killed her, and began leaving. And then she basically dipped her finger in her own blood to write the killer's name on the wall. The stab wounds in her stomach is what killed her, so when she broke her wrist, that must have happened earlier on. I mean, how would her wrist get broken after all? She already been killed. It's very possible she broke her wrist during the struggle. The killer attacks her here in the main room, which is where her wrist got broken. After all, the killer corners her in the back room. When they inflicted the deadly wound. That's it. Yeah, that's about it. Leave the bathroom. It's probably the only time you get to see the bathroom.
It seems...
Looks like you found out, right, my brother? Bloody numbers and it smells like the fuck is the message. They're not numbers, they're upside down letters. If you try writing on a wall, you're doing it upside down. Like if your back's against the wall, right, you're writing that way. I've never seen something written in blood before. It was her final message. It was as if she wrote it and with her life instead itself. Do you often talk like an aspiring poet? But the numbers she wrote, what did they mean? The numbers, Mason. What do they mean? 11037. I have no idea what could possibly mean.
So,
The way she wrote the numbers makes me think she wanted her body to block them. If she wrote them in that location, or she was sitting there. If she wrote them in that location while she was sitting like that, the way we found her, it means it must have been written by turning only a hand towards the wall. If you were to write something in that position, do you know what the result will be? The result?
well,
Think about it. You're not going to tell me?
Makoto.
You need to discover the serious case yourself. Oh, why are we playing as her? She's the smart one. Let me stop playing as this dumbass and let me play as her. I know, like, I'm about to start probably a flame war or something by saying that. My friend has warned me about best girl discussions, and I'm not getting into that. But just at least let me play as the smart one, not Makoto, because he has no idea what's happening. Yeah. I have to talk to her twice, don't I?
Makoto. What? Correct. That's right.
Yeah. Doorknob's fucked. What the heck? Doorknob is practically falling off. Why is it like this?
It would seem...
So must use a screwdriver or something similar to unscrew it. Yeah. Whatever it was. Yeah. Whatever it was, it obviously was intentional. What? It was intentional. Why would someone want to do that?
So...
I'm guessing maybe they were trying to lock in it and end up breaking the whole thing. Yeah, but my bathroom door doesn't have a lock. Only the girl's bathroom can lock, right? She stood there for a while and lost it before. And apparently, a sudden realization, she quickly...
Just a second.
I just have one more question for you. You mentioned earlier the bathroom door would get stuck, right? Yeah. Did you tell anyone about that? Yeah. Well, I told Sayaka last night about it when we switched rooms. So what you're saying is the only you and Sayaka knew about it? Interesting. She had the slightest hint of a smirk on her face. She got... I got the sense that she really started to get into all of this.
I see.
Yeah. That clears that up. Yeah. Here's Waller. I'm so lost.
Goodbye.
Yeah, well then I'll see you later. As if forgetting I was even there, she suddenly turned around and left the room. Bathroom doorknob has been added to the bullets. I still don't really understand any of this, but I've already given my room a good once over. Maybe I should look elsewhere. I should start looking for where the murder weapon might come from, and also I should have a look at this DVD Sayaka got. With Sayaka dead, I have no choice to see for myself what was on that video. And on top of that, I'm sure someone areas are worth checking out too. Maybe I should see what everyone else thinks Noah's gonna be talking about. Okay. So let's just leave the room. and I'm going straight to the kitchen. Because if you want a knife, my first instinct would be the kitchen. Can I not see the kitchen? Do I have to talk to her to get to the kitchen? You're investigating the dining hall? Oh no, I'm just taking a break. I've actually been taking a break since we started. This is a first for me, you know? I don't have the first clue what I should be doing. I know what you mean. Yeah. I don't know why, but being in the dining hall helps me calm. So I know I shouldn't be, but I've been kinda hanging around here. Jesus. To tell you the truth, I was doing the same thing last night when Sayaka was killed. Okay, so she was in the dining room. Check the kitchen. Oh, hang on. Is that the entrance way to the kitchen? That's the entrance way to the kitchen. Okay. Knife rack. There we go. Yeah, one's missing. Trust me. I technically work in the kitchen. I know when a knife is missing because there's a clear gap. The Bruno's actually are that kitchen knives. There's always one hanging off. There's not enough room on the magnet strip. There are all kinds of kitchen knives here, big, small, but it looks like one of them is missing because it's inside his chest. Was it missing from the very beginning, or let me see if anyone knows about any more of this. Anything else I can do? Nope, just the knives. Unless, marble meat, steak, salted meat. There's no time to be thinking about food. There we go. Coin. There's the monitor. Is he just going to say the same thing? Yep. Anything else over here? The camera. Somebody's going to say something on camera. Please tell me there's a coin in there. Peppers. Bunch of vegetables all piled up. I don't see anything over no. Oh, yep. Yes, that's back out. Okay, so you're in the kitchen. Well, you're here. Hey, so did you notice that one of the kitchen knives is missing from the dining hall?
Yeah, totally.
Yeah, weird, huh? I thought it was kind of strange, a knife suddenly disappearing like that. So it wasn't missing from the beginning.
That's right.
Nope. Last I remember, they were all lined up in a nice, neat row. So, when did you notice that one of them had disappeared? Well, I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, and all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the knives disappeared whilst you were drinking your tea in the dining hall? Yeah. In other words, you're right there in the dining hall when someone came and took the knife. Then you'll be able to say for sure. You can tell anyone didn't come into the dining hall last night, which proves I didn't take it. Close the count. Hey, by the way, did you really kill Sayaka? Well, of course not, I would never. You know, do you really think I'll murder her?
I mean...
Well, she was killed in your room, so I mean, you guys were supposed to be friends, but you still killed her. On the other hand, two people becoming good friends, then one killing the other is a class drama setup. So when you consider everything together, honestly, I have no idea. Okay. Now we just go around. There's a few people crotch.
Seems like...
Something's in the dream, right? Monokuma file says that Sake was killed in your room. I just can't stop thinking about it. Could it be the nameplate? Wait, has the nameplate been switched? Huh? This is Sayaka's room, right? But the nameplate has my name on it. Okay. Yeah, this is definitely my room, but the nameplate has Sayaka's name on it. The nameplates on mine and Sayaka's room has been switched. So all the effort of switching rooms without anyone knowing was totally pointless. Well, I wonder why anyone would do that. Okay. So I'm guessing Monokuma switched them in the night. This weird pseudo first tank camera, not tank camera, is really annoying me.
Very strange.
So why was Saki in your room when she was killed? Could it be because you are the culprit? No, you've got the wrong idea. Saki and I switched rooms last night. And even tried to hide the suspicion in his face. Even what you say is absolutely true. You're still responsible for her death, wouldn't you say? Huh? After all, she wouldn't have died if you hadn't switched rooms with you, right? The reason Sakio was killed is because I suggested we switch rooms. She died because of me. And then it should have been me that died. Well, all we can say right now is that's a possibility. If that's true, then Is there a way to raise the camera? Like, not just like look up and down, like actually raise your perspective, because I'm tired of being everyone's crotch level. Very strange. Mr. What was Miss Mizumi doing in your room? Let me just say this
Most suspicious.
is absolutely not allowed. Will not allow you to dispose of any evidence in the trash room. Do you really think I'm guilty? Let's go back into my room. Because I'm guessing, because the game hinted that I should probably check the disc. Can there be anything in the trash can? Yep, the DVD has his name on it. Okay, are we upset with seeing this video? I wonder, what did you see? It might not be directly related to the case, but it might be worth checking out anyway. So I can say I'll need to borrow this DVD. Insert AV room. Alright, trash room. I want the AV room first because I just got the DVD. Can I not? I can fast travel next to it, okay. AV rooms. No, that's the nose stuff. It's behind me. Oh, there's Kyoto.
Listen to me!
Kyoto? Taka. Do you have a second, Mako? I've discovered something most unusual. The door to everyone's dorm has a nameplate on it, and to show whom shows whom room is whose. English? Do I speak it? No. The door to everyone's dorm has a nameplate on it to show whose room it is, right?
You hear me?
Well, it just so happened. Wait, no. You might be the killer yourself. I can't tell you anything.
Got it!
Forget everything I just said. Just forget being Sorry, just a little joke. Okay, well, there's a store. Can I get anything with the tokens I've got so far? Let's give it a shot. Well, I got something. Should be able to use this to see what's on the DVD. The DVD does like go for in the garbage. I sat down in front of the screen and put the DVD in the player. I pushed play and then the screen went dark for a few seconds, but then an image slowly appeared. It looked like a kind of concert. And standing outside front and center was a face I recognized all too well. Hi, she was there among her friends he had been so important to her. And she positively glowing there in front of the crowd full of life. Seeing that image made it even harder to accept that she was dead. My vision started to get blurry and dark. Then that voice I came to spare so much began flowing through the speakers.
Sayaka Maizono, the ultimate pop sensation, lead singer for a world-famous all-girl pop band. For these girls, the glowing spotlight only made them that much more beautiful. But
suddenly the screen went dark. And then in the next moment, I saw something I could hardly believe. What the? Sayaka had disappeared from the stage, which was now in ruins. Oh. But what I noticed more than that was the figures of the other girls who simply collapsed.
this ultra-successful team suddenly fell apart. None of them will ever perform on stage again. None of them will ever feel the warmth of the spotlight. For Sayaka, there's simply nowhere for her to return to. So here's the billion-dollar question. What, oh what, could have caused the group to go to pieces?
Well, warning, the video cut off. What the hell? That wasn't real, right? A super famous pop group, everyone knows who they are. Is this trying to say that he was able to get to them? If that really did happen, everyone in the outside world must be going crazy. What kind of person would take things this far? Okay, so I guess the next thing is the trash room, I guess. It's the only thing that has an explanation of. I guess I could go around questioning people, but most of them probably don't have anything helpful. Okay, what's trash room? There's a steady grate here, no way to get past.
Monokuma appears!
Yeah. It's the end of the line. The trash room, this is, well, the trash is in school eventually winds up. How do you get from the gate? There. How do you get this gate open?
No, you can't go any further!
Oh no. No! No entry beyond this point. The only person on cleaning duty is around me.
No, you can't go any further!
No. No entry beyond this point. The only person on cleaning duty is allowed in. Who's on cleaning duty?
You can't go any further!
This is stupid. It'd be faster to just go around and ask the others.
You can't go any further!
Okay. There's a hatch in the floor. The door and budgie must be locked. Okay. Another coin. Anything else? That's it, that does Monokuma just come back.
Monokuma appears!
Yeah, it's the same bit. Yeah, leave the area. Okay. Anywhere else I haven't checked out? I'm guessing the game now does want me to go around to ask who's the cleaner. Considering these doors closer. Are these guys just gonna repeat the same thing though? I'm looking for whoever's on cleaning duty. Cleaning duty? Fact, that's me. Why'd you ask? Just so happened, Monokuma talked to me yesterday and asked me to take care of it. Yeah. Without someone on cleaning duty, the school would be flooded with trash in no time. So I formally applied for the position. I was going to start this morning, but after what happened, I haven't had a chance to get started. And since you're on cleaning duty, you can open the front gates to the trash room?
Here we go!
Of course! It's my job to gather up all the garbage and toss it in the trash room. And to do that, they gave me the key to the trash room gates. But we're supposed to rotate once a week, so eventually you'll be in charge.
Very strange.
Wait, hold on. You need a key to get into the trash room, and only that person's on cleaning duty has access to the key? What's the point of going through all that trouble? Why not just leave the trash room gates open at all times so we can throw things in whenever we want? Yeah, that does seem more
So in
convenient.
other words,
Actually, anyone who kills a falling student becomes black and will graduate unless they are discovered.
so that's it.
Yeah, that must be why. If anyone could get in there and get in and out the trash room, whether they wanted, destroy the evidence would be easy. The thrill would disappear and things would become boring.
Hey, listen!
Anyway, more importantly than that.
Hey, you bastard!
Hey, Fatty. Why do you want a cleaning gig anyway? I just decided to volunteer for something I knew no one else would want to do. What's the big deal?
You...
Liar. I know why you did it.
Is it, like...
You wanted to dig through all the girls' trash, like, for, and poking at it.
There's no way to think
What are you
about
talking
this
about?
in a
I
common
want to love
sense.
this for 2D.
You know what I mean.
There's all kind of trash digging, like, maybe you would get tired of 2D and then turn into a...
Completely unforgivable!
No, for most of the Hifumi stuff, I'm just gonna let you read. Yeah.
Give me a break.
Because the guy from cleaning duty Sakia can accompany them from picking up the trash and dispose of it.
What?
If you're as innocent as you claim, there's no harm in it. It's not how it's supposed to. Anyway, another topic. Hifumi, since you're on cleaning duty, I have a favor to ask you. Yeah. What? So you suddenly want to join my party? Sorry, but you haven't triggered that flag yet. I mean, you haven't helped me recover from the past trauma or save the village or beat a boss. No, nothing like that. I was just hoping to get into the trash room to have a look around. Oh, okay. So easy. So Fumi and I head into the trash room. Let me to open the gate, wouldn't you? You know what? Look, it makes me think. They said he killed his wife and learned how to go by on the inside, but he never stopped dreaming. Get busy living or get busy dying, he said. So him and Rita, they found themselves a way out. Well, please just hurry up. Okie dokie, leave it to me. Ifumi pulled out a key out of his pocket and then used it, flip a switch next to the gate. And then...
Mr. Naegi!
Hello, Mr. Naegi.
Without a doubt.
Surely you aren't planning to use the trash room to destroy evidence, are you? You fiend, you planned this all along. Oh! I just want to see for myself if the actual killer had tried to destroy any evidence or not. Well, you're the actual killer. It's you, isn't it? You wanted to... maybe a parallel wall? Oh, let's just hurry up and keep looking. There's something on the ground in front of the incinerator. It looks like it's been burnt. It looks like a burnt piece of something. But a burnt piece, like a hunk of burning mud. Anyway, this looks like a piece of cloth in the shape. It's part of the sleeve from a button-up shirt. And now that I look at it, that's definitely blood and stuff, which means this is all the left of some kind of evidence the killer destroyed. Yeah, but there are lots of people here with white button-up shirts. This is enough to figure out who the killer is by itself. Yep. Shards of broken glass scattered around in front of the incinerator. It looks like it used to be some kind of glass ball, and it's just big enough to fit in the palm of your hand.
Is this perhaps...
Is that? You know what this is? They say if you collect all 7, a dragon will appear and grant you your wish. Kidding aside, it's some kind of thing you might see on a big city street corner. Gaze into it and it'll show you glimpses of the future. Just like that meanie girl who was on that quest to find that guy. Yeah, I get what you're trying to say, but who does this particular ball belong to? There's only one person it could be. That should be all me in the gym. I better find out for sure. Green button and yellow button. There's no doubt they relate to the big mechanism. I'll look up here. This is the incinerator, and it's way in the back part of the trash room, a good 30 feet from the door. And it's on right now. You see that green and yellow buttons next to the mouth of the incinerator?
Yes, indeed.
It's pretty simple setup. The green, you press the green button, it will get going, and the yellow button turns it off. Sooner or later, you'll be on cleaning duty, so make sure you learn this before you leave. Huh? Something turned on the incinerator. Actually, I'm quite certain I was off last time I was down here.
Was it a fairy?
Perhaps this is really a fairy. But Fumi, you realize what you just said? Yeah? The fairy? No, you said the last time you were here the incinerator was off. Oh yes, about that, there can be no mistake you got if you got the one thing going for me, it's my memory.
I feel as if...
Yesterday, as soon as I was appointed, I came down to check the place. It was definitely wasn't on then. I haven't been back to the trash room since then. And since I'm the only one who has the key to open the gate,
Most suspicious.
it should be impossible for the incinerator to be on, and yet. So that means someone was able to switch on the incinerator without opening the gate. But how is this possible? Okay. This whole thing is quite strange indeed. When I was here last, the incinerator was off, but those glass shards and burns close weren't.
Completely unforgivable.
Yeah. This is all me, Mr. Nagai. Will you be confessing soon?
That's it. I'm
Everyone
sure
already
of
knows
it.
you did it. All mysteries are being solved one by one. It sounds like he's living out one of his comic book fantasies. Okay, so Leon threw his clothes from the gate into the incinerator and threw this glass orb to turn it on, but it looks like his sleeve didn't make it in. Am I wrong so far? And there's a huge trash can. It's where you're supposed to put trash that can be burnt. Well, whatever it's for, it doesn't look like it's hiding any clues. Sweet. No. Other than Hitumi, which I don't want to talk to. Miss Nagai, you seem real down. Really? If you need help lifting your spirits, call on me anytime.
Come on.
I got all kinds of stuff that might help you cheer up. I'm not gonna like him throughout this game, aren't I? Okay. Also, he goes from "You're the killer, aren't you?" to "Hey, if you need cheering up, I got some stuff." Anything else I need checking? The trash room in Sayaka's room. The only real place is the gym that's highlighted, but there's nothing here as well other than Junko's dead body. Hey, Hero, can I ask you something? No. I gotta go, I had enough, I gotta break free. Hero, snap out of it! Hey, Mako, what are you doing here? What? Does this look familiar? Welcome to Danganronpa. People can either accuse you or offer you poor. Yeah. Ah! What's my crystal ball? It's all smashed. What the heck?
What the heck?
I only bought it because the guy said it was blessed, so, and he said it was unbreakable. How did it break? Well, it's actually made of glass, not crystal. That guy totally duped me. He said it belonged to the pillars of history: Genghis Khan, George Washington, Napoleon. He said whoever controlled the crystal ball can control the world. Was that seriously all BS? Let's put that aside for now. So, can you say without a doubt this belongs to you? Yeah, that's mine for sure. I probably forgot it in the laundry room last night, so something must have came by and snatched it. It left in the laundry room. That means anyone could have found it and taken it. Thanks, Hero, that's all I wanted to know. Sure. By the way, I'm almost afraid to ask, but how much did you pay for that thing? Everything I saved from a fortune telling for full 2 years. Come out to be a million? A million? Yeah, that's pretty cheap actually. I mean, considering it gives power to control the world. It's just too stupid. I kind of feel bad for him. Just gonna check the laundry room below, okay? Guess Monokuma has other ideas.
I'm getting tired of waiting. What say we just get started, It's time for the long-awaited class trial! Now then, allow me to appoint a proper location for the proceedings. Please go through the red door on the first floor of the school.
Sorry, it's getting warm in here.
See you soon!
First class trial, here we come. I might do this class trial and then I'll probably finish up. The red door on the first floor. That's where I should go. Nope, that's where I have to go. You know what? I never thought. No, okay. Really, Makoto, we've all been waiting for you. I bet you were afraid you'd be discovered and the murderer, aren't you?
Listen to me!
Let's not jump to conclusions just yet. Save that for the class trial. Yeah. Then we can all reveal the details of Makoto's crime. So they're really convinced I did it, but I didn't do it. Me and Sayaka both know that. I know that all too well. But then, who is the killer? It's Leon looking in the back left at the one who murdered Sayaka. Is really one of us?
Is everyone here? Okay then. Please board the elevator in front of you, which will transport you to the courtroom, where all your fates will be decided. I'll meet you all down there. I'll be waiting.
I guess there's no point talking to everyone because they're just going to say, it's you, isn't it? Barring Kyoko, who's the only smart one in the room. So yeah. Open the elevator. I have no choice but to get on this elevator.
Well then.
Let's begin.
Yes, indeed.
Good idea.
Hey,
Are you scared? No, I'm not scared, it's quite right.
Makoto.
I said it before, but it's up to you to uncover the mystery surrounding this case yourself. If you don't, you'll never come to grips with the truth. I need to uncover the truth of Sayaka's death. I didn't need someone else to tell me that, to do that. Sayaka's honor. I swear I'll find out who the real killer is. As I raise my voice to give myself courage. I turn trembling with anticipation towards the elevator. With each step forward I can feel my heart's fluttering. I know some are just assholes and some are smart, but Kyoko's the only smart one so far. Kyoko and I think Sakura. Everyone else is like, I'll just beat the shit out of them, or it's you, isn't it? They're just jumping at conclusions. No one else was already on the elevator when I finally stepped up. Door closed and started moving. It's just a big ass elevator. The steel box ascended with a heavy clanking sound towards the school basement. I wonder if this is how a death row inmate felt when his time finally came. Rather than that, it's not more like a defendant waiting to receive his judgment. Obviously, to our shared anxiety, the elevator lowered us further and further into the bowels of the school. finally arrived. Well, what do you think? Does it feel just like a real courtroom? Like a Hollywood movie set, right?
Shit.
Not even close. It's total shit.
Well now.
Okay, everyone find your assigned seats and sit down.
Yoo-hoo!
Hurry now, hurry up! I've been working on that voice and I don't know if it sounds remotely close. Yeah. We did what you said and found our seats. Well, you kind of stood there. I like they have signs where the person's supposed to be. Yeah. The seats were arranged in a giant circle. It was set up so everyone could see everyone else. Yeah. Which almost meant it'll be easier for anyone to transfer the tension and unease onto someone else. The air seems to grow heavy as we sat there. And so, the curtain on a first case opened. A deadly judgment. A deadly deception. A deadly betrayal. Not even death can stop friendship. Yeah. A deadly riddle. A deadly defense. A deadly fate. A deadly class trial. Yes, I would actually. Slot 7. I don't have any skills. Oh. Increase damage to the opponent when a statement is destroyed. It effect during the bullet time bound. Yeah, okay. I think it's right to use Sayaka's ability during her trial.
Let's begin with a basic explanation of the class trial. So, your votes will determine the results.
Right, I'm going to probably be looking at my TV, which is above me, because I don't want my webcam to get in the way.
If you can figure out who done it, then only they will receive punishment. But if you pick the wrong one, then I'll punish everyone besides the blackened, and the one that deceived everyone else will graduate.
And the killer really is one of us, right?
Of course!
Okay then. Everyone, close your eyes. Whoever did it, raise your hand.
Don't be a goddamn idiot. Why the hell would they raise their hand?
Before we move on and start the trial, can I ask a question real quick? What's going on with those pictures?
I'd feel awful if they got left out just because they died. Friendship penetrates even death's barrier. Friendship penetrates?
Okay, but what about that other empty seat? There were only 15 of us to begin with, so why are there 16 seats?
Oh, no reason. It's just that our little courtroom here can technically fit up to 16 people. Okay, that about does it for the preamble. Get ready to get started. First up is the case summary. Now, let the class trial begin.
It's all about to begin. The debate decides who we think the killer is. Anything I find, anything I noticed, I have to be ready to speak up about anything. Because this isn't just for me. It's about everyone's lives on the line. Your first non-stop... absolutely! As things progress during each class trial, you'll be engaged in a number of non-stop debates. During these discussions, characters will speak after another without pause. It's up to you to unearth the lies or contradictions buried within their statements. This means it's... Now you'll have to use the truth bullets to refute what they're saying. Any relevant truth bullets you found during your investigations will be loaded into the truth cylinder. Use this left stick to aim and fire with triangle. Pay close attention to each character statements and use your truth bullets to blast the right ones. No doubt if you run out of time you will automatically fail, so please be careful. If you're pressing the options button during the arguments you can review the controls. Well then, good luck and have fun. If you miss a noise. Okay, it's only giving me one star.
I assert that the one who was murdered was Miss Sayaka.
How do I slow down time? Fast forward, circle, triangle, R1. Oh, you hold down triangle?
Maizono!
Yeah, we know that part already.
And the murder took place in Makoto's room.
In the bathroom. So it seems most likely that the killer must have taken her by surprise while she was in the bathroom. She didn't even have a chance to resist.
That one. Okay.
No, what's wrong? Just a second, Chihiro. Try to remember how my room looked. With the way things had been damaged, I think we can definitely assume there was a struggle.
A struggle? Between who and who?
Between Sayaka and the killer, of course.
So you're saying Sayaka wasn't caught by
R1
surprise
is
in the
to slow
bathroom?
down and hold triangle is different mechanic. Okay,
She
R1
must
slow
have been
down.
attacked in the main room first. Then, she ran to the bathroom to try and hide. The killer followed her in, and that's where they finished the job.
That much should have been obvious after taking one look at the scene. It shouldn't even need explaining.
Thank you, Byakuya. Still hate
Sorry.
you.
Okay, so what's next?
Next is the subject of the murder weapon.
Wow, this is starting to sound like a real trial.
Definitely into something what was used to kill fire. I don't know, the knife plunged in her chest is probably a good call. Okay, is it just giving me one bullet at a time because it's the tutorial? Or am I missing something?
So what was used to kill her?
There was some kind of sharp object thrust into her stomach. Without a doubt, that is the murder weapon.
So the killer used some random knife they had on him.
No, what's wrong? No. I do think it was a knife, but not just any knife. I'm almost positive it was a kitchen knife.
Huh? A kitchen knife?
After the murder, we discovered that one of the knives from the kitchen was missing.
Which means that knife must be the murder weapon.
Oh, yeah. I guess that makes sense. You could sort of see the weapon sticking out of her stomach. And if you look real close, I could totally see that being a kitchen knife.
Okay, so the murder weapon was a kitchen knife, but where does that get us? I mean, we all know Makoto killed her, right?
That's right. Makoto's room was the scene of the crime. What more proof do you need?
Yeah, one bullet for now, the bullets start building up after a while.
Hold on a second.
Let's draw our conclusions after we presented our arguments. Otherwise, what's the point of the trial?
Well, we can talk all we want. It's not going to change that conclusion.
I don't think that's true at all. I'm sure if we keep at it, something new will reveal itself.
You really believe that?
She's right. There's got to be a way to break through the smell somewhere. I'm waiting for us to find it. Because I know damn well I'm not the killer. There's a bit more to learn about non-debatable avoid to hear more. Absolutely. Yeah. You can concentrate whilst... there's the slowdown tutorial. I guess watching someone do another trial is like, I'm expecting to do this, that, and the other, and the game's like, no, teaching you slowly, one at a time, baby steps. Whilst you're concentrating, time will slow down, so you can pay closer attention to what everyone is saying. On top of that, steady your aim, make it easier to target potential weak spots. Concentrate on something consuming the focus gauge, and if the gauge is emptied, you can concentrate. But the focus gauge will recover over time, so let your brain take a rest, no need to rush. Well then, good luck and have fun. I don't know how to pronounce her name.
So I guess there's no question that the kitchen knife was the murder weapon. But where does that get us?
Makoto must have taken it from the kitchen, right? He did it in secret. Nobody was...
No, that's wrong! Okay, wait, hold on.
Are there no weak spots
I
yet?
didn't take the knife from the kitchen.
Next, you're gonna say you're not the killer, right? Go ahead and say it all you want.
Well, what if I have a witness? What do you think, Hina?
Huh?
Remember what you were telling me earlier?
When I went to go get some tea from the kitchen last night, all the knives were still there. But when I finished my tea and went back into the kitchen to wash my glass, one of the knives was gone. So you're saying the kitchen knife disappeared whilst you were drinking the tea in the dining hall? Yeah.
Just to be perfectly clear, the knife disappeared
I'm not the
while
killer.
you were in the
I'll
dining
prove it
hall,
by shooting
correct?
you.
Yeah, that's right.
And at any point while you were there, did you ever see me come into the dining hall?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, he definitely wasn't there.
The knife disappeared while Hina was in the dining hall. But I wasn't there the entire time. In other words, there's no way I could have taken the knife.
To prove how serious he is, we're gonna jitter his icon on the left vigorously. Oh yeah, you guys can't really see that. Hang on. Like, look at his icon just go.
Okay, then what about this? What if the idiot swimmer girl and Makoto are in on it together and lying to protect each other?
Idiot swimmer girl? Oh, and more importantly, why would I get involved in something like that?
Speaking of which, I'd like to ask the bear, if there is an accomplice, do they also become blackened?
So you ask, and so I shall answer. Each murder is allowed to have an accomplice, but only the one who does the killing will get to graduate.
So in other words, two people can work together, but one of them has no chance of profiting from it.
Then there's no way anyone would work together, right?
But what if they did work together and they just didn't know about the rule?
Good grief! Enough already! No, okay? There are no accomplices in this case! Oops! Did I say that out loud?
Anyway, I didn't go to the dining hall, and I didn't take the knife, so I'm not the killer.
Okay, so then, who did take the knife?
Hina seems the obvious candidate. After all, she just said she was in the dining hall. No way! I swear it wasn't me!
Sure, but can you or anyone else prove that? I can.
That's right. Sakura was with me the entire time I was drinking my tea.
I hate to have to ask, but just to be sure, Sakura's...
Me.
Right.
But then, couldn't either one of them have grabbed the knife?
Actually, no. Because, well...
Just spit it out already.
I stayed in Hina's room last night.
I got so scared thanks to those creepy videos. I wasn't really thinking, I just asked her to stay over. Which means we have airtight alibis.
You stayed over? Doesn't that violate one of the school regulations? We're not allowed to sleep anywhere but the dorms. But it doesn't say we have to stay in our assigned room, so I don't think that's a problem.
It is a problem! A boy and a girl spending the night together? It's unwholesome!
But I'm a girl.
You are? Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry!
But if it wasn't either of you, then what other possibility is there?
Actually, there is one other possibility. Right, Hina?
Oh, yeah, that's true! One other person did come to the dining hall while we were there.
Wouldn't you have said this first?
Why didn't you say so in the first place?
Thank you, Byakuya.
Well, because... they're not here anymore.
One is not here. What are they talking about?
Sayaka. She's the one who came to the dining hall. And then later, she wound up dead.
I got it! Then, Sayaka is the one who took the knife?
Oh, so she took the knife for self-defense.
That's the only possibility. And thinking back on it, she was acting kind of unusual. When she came into the dining hall, she didn't even look at us. She just went straight to the kitchen. As she left, she said she just wanted a drink of water. But most likely...
And the person who took the knife was the victim herself.
I'm sure she just took it for self-defense.
So you're saying the knife she took was then taken from her, and she was killed with it? In that case, you may not have taken the knife, but you still could have killed her.
What?
See? He did do it after all!
No, you're wrong.
So, that's how you would twist the argument and send us all off in the wrong direction? You possess a most terrifying talent.
Damn, if they don't do something good, they're gonna blame me for the murder. They don't understand. If they convict me, everyone else is gonna die.
Hold on. It's still too early to decide conclusively that Makoto is the killer, wouldn't you say? Because you see, if the room did belong to the killer, then they did something most bewildering. And until we unravel that little mystery, you simply can't declare that he's the killer.
Bewildering? What the hell are you talking about?
Something was missing from the scene of the crime that by all rights should have been there. You know what I'm talking about, don't you?
Hangman Gambit. Assuming events murder into the class trial, the Hangman Gambit will eventually take place. The point of this is a real important phrases related to the incident in question. You have to decide the phrase with letters flying around and letters already known. Completing the phrase by shooting them down the flying letters in the right order. Use left stick to aim, then press triangle to shoot the side letters. If you shoot down the wrong letters, you'll suffer damage and your influence gauge. If your gauge reaches 0 or you run out of time, you fail. Good luck, my friend. There's something that should have been there at the scene but wasn't. That must be the critical point. If you can just figure it out, what something is.
Now I understand. That's right. There wasn't a single hair on the floor.
So, the culprit removed some evidence?
Yes. And if I were the culprit, why would I need to get rid of all the hair in my own room? It wouldn't be unusual at all to find my hair at the crime scene if the crime scene is in my room.
The reason all the hair was gone was to remove any trace that Sayaka had ever been there. That makes sense, does it not?
No. If that were the case, they would have had to do something about the body itself, not just her hair.
Yes, very true, very true. Okay, then why wasn't there any hair on the ground?
The killer got rid of it all, of course, to remove any trace that they had ever been there.
Wait, then that means...
Precisely. It's simply beyond reason to believe that the room's owner and the killer are one and the same.
Then Makoto isn't the culprit?
Are you sure we can decide something so important based solely on the absence of some hair?
No. There are other reasons that prove why Makoto couldn't have done it.
I would like to hear these reasons.
Do you remember anything remarkable about the bathroom at the scene? Sayaka was attacked in the main room first, then fled into the bathroom. Right?
Yeah, then they ran after her, got into the bathroom, and stabbed her.
And how did the killer get into the bathroom? Did they have any trouble with it?
What do you mean?
It's fairly certain that the killer had some trouble getting into the bathroom. There was clear evidence left behind. Do you remember, Makoto?
It was the door.
I got it! Evidence that the killer had trouble getting into the bathroom. You're talking about the doorknob, right?
Huh? The doorknob? What doorknob?
The doorknob for my bathroom. It was completely broken. See how the top part was unscrewed? And the doorknob's about ready to fall off?
Oh yeah, true. But what does it mean?
In trying to bypass the lock, they ended up nearly removing the entire doorknob. This is another most bewildering act for the room's owner. It proves Makoto is beyond suspicion.
So what? You're saying he wouldn't break the door in his own room? But if the only choice you have is to break it, you break it. There's nothing bewildering about it.
You still don't see? Okay then, let's take another look at how the incident unfolded. Hopefully that will help you understand.
Joker said it was a bewildering act. I almost didn't notice it first, but that's the key point here. There's a bit more to learn about non-stop debate. Jesus! Oh, this is the weak points. Okay. From here, there will be a number of weak points, but no matter how many weak points, there are essentially only one lie or contradiction in the debate. What I'm trying to say is not all weak spots you see are necessarily false. Use the truth bullets on the wrong one, and not only will you fail to refuse what they say, but you're also lowering your trust, and everyone in your influence gauge will take damage. That's important because if your influence gauge reaches 0, you fail. You have to rely on your own logic to determine which weak spot is actually lies or contradictions. Well, good luck and have fun. Oh boy! It's gonna be like the girls' room's locking, but it's a guy's room.
The incident took place in Makoto's room. Sayaka was first attacked in the main room. She then fled into the bathroom.
Then the killer ran after her. And they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down the door. Because Sayaka had locked it.
And finally...
Damn it, I was mashing X to fire.
Cornered.
To finish the job, they stabbed her.
Balls fast forward again.
It was you!
So,
Wasn't it, Makoto? We already know the answer.
The incident took place in
Sayaka was first, she then fled into the...
Then the killer ran and they got into the bathroom.
At that point, the killer had to try and bust down because Sayaka had locked it.
No, it's wrong.
don't know why the game's been telling me triangle this
The
whole time.
reason
I'm
my
mashing
bathroom
X.
didn't open wasn't because it was locked. After all, the girls' rooms are the only ones with locking bathrooms, right?
Yes, now that you mention it, that is true.
Then why didn't your bathroom door open?
Because it was stuck.
Huh? What are you talking about?
My bathroom door doesn't fit in the frame quite right. Monokuma over there can testify to that.
Yup, true as true can be. But you know, you're supposed to be the ultimate lucky student, right? But to have such a cruddy door. That's not lucky at all.
So the reason the door didn't open was just because it was stuck. But the killer didn't know that and assumed it was locked. So they tore apart the doorknob to get in.
Okay, but then why would the killer even think the door was locked in the first place? Everyone should have known you can't lock any of the boys' bathrooms.
Because they swapped
The killer could easily make that mistake, thanks to one important detail about the scene of the crime.
Yeah, the door and panels were switched. So he would assume that it would have been a girl's.
I got it! The killer must not have realized that it was my room.
What? Are you saying the culprit didn't even know where he was? That's inconceivable.
And yet, he's absolutely right.
Say what?
Well, to be more specific, what the killer didn't know was that Makoto and Sayaka had switched rooms, which is what led to the misunderstanding about the bathroom. If Sayaka had been in her own room, then
there would have been a lock on the door, and they would have had to break through.
So they had no idea how unnecessary their actions were.
ultimately, we can't know if it came open by force or simply by accident. The killer must have been considerably confused, with no idea how they actually got the door opened.
Regardless, it was a pointless act. Wasting time trying to break down a door that wasn't locked is...
definitely something I wouldn't do, since I would have known exactly why it wasn't opening.
That is a definite possibility.
So the killer would have to be someone who didn't know they'd switched rooms?
Then Makoto couldn't have done it.
That's what I've been trying to tell
Okay, then who did do it?
I'm sorry, but I give up! Quit without saving!
But what happens if we can't decide on who we think did it?
Well, why don't we just vote right now? Majority rules!
Majority rules? You really think that's a good idea?
Yeah, our necks are on the line here. Someone seriously needs to do something.
Does no one have any other thoughts or questions? It does not matter how trivial they may seem.
Oh, as a matter of fact, I do have one question.
Oh, you...
You don't gotta sound so disappointed.
It's fine, it's fine. Just ask your question.
Oh yeah. Okay, so, well, I was just wondering, how did the culprit get into Makoto's room in the first place?
Yes. How did the killer get inside?
Maybe Sayaka just dropped the key somewhere and the culprit picked it up. That's possible, right?
I don't think so. That seems way too convenient.
Then, maybe someone picked the lock?
Negative! If you remember, Monokuma made it quite clear that the locks are all unpickable.
Fine. How about this? The killer got in the easy way. They could have knocked and said they wanted to talk or something, and Ms. Maizono just let him in.
No, that can't be it either.
Oh, trying to argue against me? Sounds like someone doesn't know his place.
Yeah, you idiot.
Hello? Why exactly can't that be it?
Because she asked me to do something in particular because how frightened she was. That's the answer, right?
I got it! Because Sayaka was already scared, remember? That's why she asked me to switch rooms in the first place.
Things go for you, Psycho. No matter what, who is, don't open the door for anyone. Even if I'm sure it's you, I absolutely won't open this door, otherwise what's the point of switching?
Knowing what she'd been through, I just can't believe she would have opened the door for anyone.
What if her being scared was a lie?
Huh? Well, what the hell is that supposed to mean? Why would she lie about something like that?
I know you don't want to consider it, but look at this and tell me. Can you still deny the possibility?
Someone I wanted to talk to you about, just to us in 5 minutes, come see me in my room. Check the nameplate to make sure you don't get the wrong room, okay?
I found a notepad during my search, and I shaded in the top sheet with a pencil, and these are the words that appeared.
Oh man! I've totally seen people do that on detective shows. When you write, it can leave an imprint. Sketch over the next sheet of paper, and you can see the words. When I saw that, I was like, holy crap! I better make sure I rip the paper out before I use it from now on.
It's a pretty old-fashioned technique, but even the classics can be surprisingly useful sometimes. Oh, and I should also mention, I found the notepad on the desk in Makoto's room.
Huh?
Which means only someone who had been in Makoto's room before the incident could have written it.
Then either it was Makoto who lived there, or Sayaka who switched rooms for a single night.
So, Makoto, did you write this?
No, I didn't.
But of course you didn't, because the note also bears a perfectly legible signature. Sayaka's signature.
Psycho, right?
But why? Why would she write that?
The note was likely her way of getting in touch with a certain someone. She must have slid it under their door to let them know she wanted to meet with them in secret.
If you got an invitation like that from the ultimate pop sensation, what young man could resist?
Of course, I'm only into 2D, so it wouldn't have any effect on me.
But can we be sure anyone even got this note? And honestly, even if they did, I do not think they are at all involved in what happened.
Huh? What makes you say that?
Would you like to hear what I have to say? Very well then. Pay attention.
Okay.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, correct? But in the note, the place they were asked to come to, it specifically says, my room.
Oh, okay.
Sayaka and Makoto switched rooms, but in the note, it specifically said,
I see. So if someone, then they would have gone to Sayaka's room.
Exactly. The room that Makoto was staying.
No, that's wrong. The nameplates on my and Sayaka's rooms got switched.
They got switched?
That's right. The nameplates got switched, just like the rooms themselves. As a result, the nameplate on Sayaka's room actually had Makoto's name. And the nameplate on Makoto's room had Sayaka's.
So what you're saying is, the room Sayaka was staying in was actually marked as her room.
Then, if someone did do what the note said, they would end up at Makoto's room where Sayaka was.
Plus, their rooms are right next to each other, so switching the nameplates would be no problem. And the one who switched the names was... Well, of course it wasn't you, right, Makoto?
Right?
Okay, then who did it?
I got it! Me and Sayaka were the only ones who ever knew about us switching rooms. So the only other person besides me who would even know to switch the nameplates was Sayaka.
You can also infer as much from her note.
There's something I wanted to talk to you about. Just the two of us in 5 minutes. Come see me in my room. Check the nameplates to make sure you didn't get the wrong room, okay?
She specifically tells the reader to check the nameplate. She would only have written that if she knew the nameplates had been switched.
But why would she switch them in the first place?
She wanted someone to come to the room she was in, and also hide the fact that it was Makoto's room.
What?
Inviting someone to your room, but not telling them you'd switched rooms. Why would anyone do that?
To understand that, we first need to understand what happened after she invited the person into the room. That's where the answer lies.
What happened then was probably whoever she invited over came in and attacked her. We figured it out! We know who did it! Whoever she invited over is the culprit!
But we still don't know who it is, you goddamn idiot!
Sayaka fought with her killer there in the room, yes? Perhaps the answer to our previous question lies in that initial struggle.
Yes, I think you're right.
Then... we just have to figure out what happened during the fight, right?
That reminds me. There was a replica sword at the murder scene. Was that perhaps used during the fight?
Oh yeah. What's the deal with that sword?
Sayaka suggested I should hold on to it. I thought it might come in handy if I had to defend myself. It seems pretty likely that the killer used it to break Sayaka's right wrist.
How the hell could you possibly know that's what broke her wrist?
I got it! All you have to do is take a good look at her broken wrist, and it should become pretty clear. Right there where her wrist is all swollen, there's something glittery there.
Is that gold?
It sure is. Specifically, the gold coating from the replica sword. You barely have to touch that stuff, and it'll stick right to you. And there's some on her wrist because...
I got it! Because she got hit with the sword, right there on her wrist!
Sorry.
I see. And so the truth draws ever closer.
All right, then it's about time to solve this mystery.
What happened in my room? And what led to Sayaka's death? That's what we need to make clear. Again? Are you getting used to these non-stop to gate? Now multiple truth bullets in the revolver, okay. L wants to rotate the chamber, okay. Oh, or I can hold it to look at all of them. Replica sword sheath, kitchen knife set, and replica sword.
When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
And that's what broke Miss Maizono's wrist.
So, she tried to fight back. She grabbed the kitchen knife she had hidden away.
But then the culprit took that from her too.
And they killed her with it.
And that's exactly what happened. When the fighting broke out, the culprit grabbed the sword, and that's when the first blow was dealt. A sword-based sneak attack.
Yep.
No, it's wrong. Actually, no. I don't think the fight started with the sword.
Why not?
Because the sword sheath had been scratched. See? There's a gash in it. Like someone cut into it with something sharp.
Something sharp? You mean like the kitchen knife? That was the only sharp thing found at the scene.
Stop jumping ahead! Slow down and explain it so I get what the hell's going on.
If the sword was used first, there wouldn't be any explanation for the scratch on the sheath. If you were going to attack with the sword, you'd take it out of the sheath first, right?
That's true. With the sheath on, it'd be heavy and bulky and useless as shit.
Okay, so how did the sheath get damaged?
If they got attacked with the kitchen knife, maybe they grabbed the sword as a defensive impulse. In that situation, there wouldn't be any time to actually unsheath the sword.
So you're saying the sword was initially used to defend against an attack from the knife?
Which means whoever had the kitchen knife was the one who attacked first.
I think I get it. So here's how it all played out. The culprit came in, found the kitchen knife hidden there somewhere. Then they took the knife and attacked Sayaka before she knew what was happening.
Like Sayaka wanted to murder them
So she
first.
grabbed the sword to defend herself. But then the culprit took that from her too. Then, after they broke her wrist with the sword, they took the knife and finished it.
Sorry, but I don't think Sayaka used the sword to defend herself.
What? How the hell can you not think that?
Because she never held the sword at all. There's a certain part of her body that makes this clear.
I got it! You're talking about her palms, right? The palms of her hands were perfectly clean, so I don't think she ever picked up the sword.
How can you know that just by looking at her palms?
Like I said before, the gold coating on that sword comes right off. All you have to do is touch it. In fact, if you look, you'll notice that a lot of the gold has already come off the handle. It's safe to assume that's because whoever used the sword got some of it on their hands. There's really no way she could have picked it up and come away completely clean.
Maybe she washed her hands after she escaped into the bathroom.
Sorry, but I don't think so.
Why do you say that? Is it because you think I'm ugly?
No, that's not it at all.
The water turns off a minute.
I got it! According to the Monokuma file, Sayaka's time of death was around 1:30 a.m. In other words, at nighttime. And the water in the bathroom shuts off at nighttime, right?
Oh, I didn't know that. Actually, I haven't taken a shower here yet.
Oh my.
You're no different. You smell like a big fat ugly donkey.
I'm not sure whether to take that as an insult or a compliment.
An insult, obviously.
So anyway, if Sayaka never touched the sword, then that means the killer is the only one who used the sword. But hold on. If that's right, then the one who damaged the sheath with the kitchen knife was...
I got it! Sayaka? She had the kitchen knife?
But we already said that the attack started with...
The person with the knife attacked first, and the sword was used as an impromptu defense.
Then the one who attacked first was...
Sayaka?
Now do you understand? She wasn't a blameless victim in this.
No, far from it. It's almost as if she'd been planning to commit a murder of her own. She took the knife from the kitchen, then invited the culprit to the room she was staying in. And if it's true that she had the kitchen knife and attacked without provocation...
Indeed. These are all the actions of an assailant.
Which brings up another point. Makoto, Sayaka was the one who suggested you two switch rooms, correct? Maybe the reason she wanted to switch rooms was so that she could pin the crime on you. That is a possibility, is it not?
Sayaka wanted to... on me?
That would also explain why she would switch the nameplates. She wanted to get whoever she had targeted to come to Makoto's room, where she was staying. And by committing the murder there, instead of her room, that would implicate Makoto. But for that to work, the target had to be lured out, while still keeping the room swap a secret. If the target knew she had switched rooms, they would have become suspicious right away.
So all that's why she switched the names?
But doesn't that plan seem a little risky? For one thing, even if her plan worked, Mr. Naegi would just tell everyone they'd switched rooms.
I don't know. I'm not sure our soft-hearted Makoto is capable of that kind of cutthroat behavior. I'm sure Sayaka realized the same thing, which is why out of all of us, she asked him to switch rooms.
Plus, she was the ultimate pop sensation. A totally forgettable kid. Or a national superstar. Who are you more likely to believe?
Wait, then you're saying she had this all planned out?
Holy shit!
But in the end, her plan backfired. She launched her attack with the knife, then found herself under attack in turn. That must be when her wrist got broken, and she was forced to drop the knife.
The tables were suddenly turned on her, and she died at the hands of the one she'd planned to murder.
Just hold on! That can't be true! Because...
Hey! You guys have totally derailed the argument. You're being super boring right now. Come on, hurry up and decide who did it. Wouldn't it be awful if I had to punish you all just because you ran out of time?
Oh yeah, we gotta decide who we think did it.
Makoto, right now you just need to concentrate on figuring out the answer to this mystery.
I know who did it. He's
If
next
we
to me.
can't
isn't he?
uncover who murdered
He's
Sayaka,
that side of
it's
my
over
door.
for all of us.
Oh no, wait, hang on. That's it for me. Nope, I thought Leon was that direction. Dying message. Oh, you just give me the one? Okay.
It's easy just to say, hey, decide who did it. But there just aren't any more clues, right?
No, it's wrong! There still might be one clue left. Sayaka's dying message.
Dining. Wait, what did you say?
The dying message. She wrote something on the wall behind her, remember? 11037.
Well, before we get too far into that, I need to ask, can we really be sure that Sayaka is the one who wrote it?
I got it! Her left index finger had blood on it. That could only be because she used that finger to write the message.
I see. She broke her right wrist during the fight, so she'd have to use her left hand to write.
Sure. I think we can all agree Sayaka wrote it. But still, what the heck do those numbers mean? 11037?
Hey, Chihiro. You're a computer nerd or whatever, right? You should know all about numbers and shit.
No, that's not... Yes, I'm a programmer, but I don't see any kind of meaning in these numbers.
Of course. It's because they're not numbers.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, it looks like...
Huh? What?
No, it's just... look at the numbers, assuming they're not numbers. Don't these first two, 1-1, look less like two numbers and more like one letter?
Ah, you're right. The connecting line is barely there, so I assumed it was 1-1, but looking at it now, you could also read it as an N.
Whoa, you might have finally just said something worth a shit.
Our little gray cells are really getting excited now.
But even if that really is an N, N037, doesn't make any more sense than before.
That's because you're not looking at the rest of it upside down.
Rotate the image 180 degrees.
Thank you.
Oh my god. Now I see.
Huh? You just shot past the clue part and right onto who did it.
The numbers, Chihiro. What do they mean? Got Chihiro strapped to a fucking chair.
So, whose name did she write?
Here's my answer. The key to solving this mystery was simply to rotate the writing 180 degrees.
It never looked like numbers to begin with to me. Am I just weird for
turn the
thinking
message
that
around.
immediately clocking that was letters?
It becomes the letters L-E-O-N. L-E-O-N. Or more accurately, Leon.
What the hell are you talking about? It's just a coincidence. It's just a bunch of random squiggles that happen to look like my name.
No, It's not random at all. She wrote that message on the wall behind her as she was leaning up against it. In that position, she couldn't move to write normally, and had to write upside down, as it were. And as a result, when you look at it standing in front of her, it ends up getting flipped. Try it for yourself if you want. Write something sitting like her, and the letters will be inverted.
That sounds like one hell of a stretch to me. I'm the killer? You can't just go and say shit like that.
If you're not the killer, then why did you try to destroy the evidence?
My god, it was no help. Huh? Oh god, we're playing Blaze Blue.
You know what I'm talking about, right, Makoto? The evidence Leon tried to get rid of?
I got it! You mean the burnt shirt piece I found laying on the ground by the incinerator, right?
As the killer stabbed Sayaka, they must have gotten some of her blood on them. And to dispose of the shirt covered in the victim's blood, they threw it into the incinerator.
But one piece burned off and got left behind.
And the killer didn't notice. If they had, they most certainly would have panicked. Isn't that right, Leon?
But is one scrap of fabric enough to conclude that Leon is guilty?
Yes.
Yeah, I mean, Leon's not the only one wearing a white button-up.
That's right. There are plenty of other people here with shirts like mine. With just that one little charred piece, there's no way you can say for sure who it belongs to.
You're right. That alone isn't enough. But there are some other points that may reveal the truth.
Are you finally starting to understand? The answers to all the riddles are right here.
Yeah, I think so.
I
got it!
Yes. Aha!
If we look closely at how the shirt was disposed of, we should be able to figure out who the killer is.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. I think I know what you're gonna say. You can't reach the incinerator without opening the gate in front of the trash room, right? And obviously, you wouldn't be able
And
to
how
hit
would
the
you
switch
know
to
that
turn
if
it on
no one
either.
else has been told but Hifumi?
You need the key to get in, and the one
Oh,
with
wait,
the key
no, wait,
was
he was in the hallway.
the
Never
person on
mind.
cleaning duty. So the killer had to be whoever was in charge of taking care of the trash.
Interesting.
Let's get back in there. We know it's Leon. Yep, the shattered crystal ball. That's all I'm getting.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty must have had it, right?
So the only one who could get to the incinerator was the person in charge of the trash?
No, wrong thing.
Shoot!
Ow.
The key to the trash room. Whoever was on cleaning duty and...
So the only one person...
And you'd have to get close to the incinerator
That's it.
in order...
That's the one I
No,
should have
it's
shot.
wrong. Hold on. I think I know how someone could dispose of the evidence without using the trash room key.
But if you can't get past the gate, you couldn't possibly turn on the incinerator, could you?
Yes, you could. If you used this.
What is it, some kind of glass ball? It's busted to hell.
Actually, it was supposed to be a crystal ball, but...
But how would you use it?
I got it! The killer simply took aim at the incinerator switch and threw the ball through a gap in the gate. All they had to do was hit that switch, and the incinerator would come to life.
Someone threw that through a gap in the gate?
Remember what you said before, Hifumi?
Like the picture of an ultimate baseball player.
Hifumi had the key, so the only way the incinerator could have been turned on without his knowledge was because the killer was able to hit the switch without opening the gate. Once they got the incinerator going, all they had to do was ball up the shirt and toss it in.
Hey, come on! What the hell is this?
All you have to do is look at the scene to know that the killer never actually went inside the trash room. The shards of broken glass, the incinerator left running, the piece of shirt that escaped the fire. If the killer had been on cleaning duty, the evidence would have been taken care of much more thoroughly.
Wait, no, just hold on.
But the distance from the gate to the incinerator has to be at least 30 feet, right? The pinpoint accuracy you'd need to throw a glass ball that far and hit something that small. Could someone really do that?
That's right. There's no way. It'd be impossible.
Difficult, absolutely. Impossible? I don't think so. Because the killer is... I got it!
Baseball star.
Because the killer is the ultimate baseball star. Isn't that right, Leon?
Do you have any idea how stupid you sound right now?
A target 30 feet away would surely be little challenge for the ultimate baseball star.
You can't be serious. I'm not the killer! These goddamn shifter brains have got it all wrong, I'm telling you!
You still won't admit it? Okay then, Makoto. Go ahead and review the incident one more time to make his crime perfectly clear. And with that, we can end this.
Listen to me! What the hell do you mean, end this?
Say what you want, Leon. But all the questions have been answered, and the truth has been revealed. Now here's what happened.
Closing argument. Okay, learn how it works. Every case has one last element to bring the class trial to an end. This is the closing argument. In this phase, you're given a complete summary of the case. You have to reproduce the flow of events for the case in the form of a comic book. However, you notice that the comic, there are a number of pieces missing. It's up to you to complete the comic using the provided truth panels. Also, you can. Also, if you take aim at a missing section, press A. Holy cow! You'll get a hit, then might lead to a breakthrough. Well then, good luck and have fun. Or have I mistaken something for an event?
Here's exactly what happened. I think I'd better take one more look back at the case from the beginning. Last night, the killer went to the room Sayaka was in. In other words, my room. From what we can tell, Sayaka invited that person there intending to kill them.
case the killer
She
isn't
attacked
obvious,
them with the
dude,
knife
it's,
she'd taken from the kitchen earlier.
Here's a fully colored in manga that will describe every deed. Yeah.
But then something happened that she wasn't prepared for. They grabbed the fake sword I put in my room and fought back. During the struggle, a strike from the sword broke Sayaka's right wrist.
Oh. Ow. Okay, it's that.
The killer is you! During the struggle, a strike from the sword. And that's when she lost her grip on the kitchen knife. Finding herself cornered, Sayaka panicked and ran into the bathroom. The killer went after her, but couldn't get the bathroom door open. What they didn't know was that my bathroom door got stuck easily, and there was a trick to opening it. Sayaka knew about that because I told her, but of course the killer had no way of knowing. So instead, the killer forced the door open, took the kitchen knife, and stabbed Sayaka. But with what strength she had remaining, Sayaka left a dying message. To keep the killer from noticing, she wrote it on the wall behind her. And with that, all her strength was gone. With Sayaka dead, the killer quickly began destroying the evidence. First, they took off their shirt, which was covered in their victim's blood. Then they took the lint roller in my room and cleaned up the entire area. They wanted to make sure they got rid of any trace they'd ever been there. Afterwards, the killer headed to the trash room. They tried to burn the shirt using the incinerator there. But the trash room was blocked off by an especially sturdy gate, preventing access to the incinerator. So they came up with a plan to use Hiro's crystal ball, which he'd left in the laundry room. The killer managed to throw the ball through the gap in the gate and hit the incinerator switch. For any normal person, that'd be an impossible throw. But the killer had the confidence to take a shot, and that's because the killer was the ultimate baseball star. The crystal ball, thrown with absolute precision, hit the switch on the incinerator, which then quickly roared to life. Having destroyed the final piece of evidence, they left the area with, I imagine, a sigh of relief. But there was one thing they missed. Part of the shirt they'd thrown into the fire burnt away and fell out of the incinerator. The killer didn't notice this, and so left behind a piece of indisputable evidence. Isn't that right, Leon? It would appear that Hiro simply forgot his crystal ball in the laundry room. You went there to try and wash the blood out of your shirt, and that's where you saw it, right? Seeing the ball, you thought of a way to take care of everything.
So, Leon, do you object to anything that's been said?
Do I object? Hell yes, I object! Of course I do! I object! I object! I object! I mean, all of this is just a bunch of stupid theories! You need evidence! Where's the evidence? Without evidence, it's all bullshit! It's bullshit and I refuse to acknowledge it!
Well then, I guess this is as good a time as any to present the evidence that proves you did it. Makoto, I believe you're in possession of that evidence.
Bullet time battle. Okay. Oh, it's fighting. Okay. Sometimes during a class trial, your opponent simply won't want to hear what you have to say. When this happens, you engage in them in a head-on-head battle. For reference, this is bullet time battle, aka BTB, by the way. During a BTB, you will want to destroy the opponent's statements with the rhythm. Oh god, don't make me play DDR. Matching the button presses with each tempo sound with... Okay, X or triangle? Okay. So basically shoot him with a truth bullet.
When the killer removed the screws from the doorknob, they didn't use anything from your room to do it. Instead, they must have used something that belonged to them.
I refuse to acknowledge you. You're stupid. Stupid, stupid, stupid. Stupid, 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 stupid!
Okay.
Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. You lied. Stop talking. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. Stupid. You lied. Shut up. Where's your proof? You kidding me? Not a chance. It wasn't me. Stupid. Where's your proof?
This should prove it.
I'm gonna be honest, I'm not good at rhythm games.
The screws on the bathroom doorknob were removed. I wonder what kind of tool the killer used to remove them.
I mean, it had to be a screwdriver, right?
Oh yeah, I'm pretty sure the toolkits we got each had one inside.
And that must be what he used. There aren't any other tools anywhere.
But the toolkit in my room had clearly never been used.
That's because the culprit didn't know it was your room. They thought they were in Sayaka's room.
Only the boys got toolkits, so the killer naturally assumed there wouldn't be one in there.
Okay, then whose toolkit did the killer use?
Stupid, stupid, stupid!
It had to be their very own toolkit.
Stupid, 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 stupid!
Leon, would you mind showing us your toolkit? If I'm right about this, then the screwdriver will show some evidence of being used.
Stupid, stupid, stupid! Huh?
And if you say you used it for something else, you'll have to explain exactly when, where, and why.
And let me say this right now. I lost it isn't an excuse at this point.
Stupid. Stupid.
Oh god.
So, you have no rebuttal?
Then it would seem we are finished here.
Is A rank good? Or is it like an S rank because I made 3 mistakes, I think? 77!
Looks like you've reached your verdict. Then are we ready to cast our votes? You all have a lever in front of you. Use it to make your selection. Oh, just to remind you all, make triple sure you
A
vote
is the
for
best
someone.
you can get. Okay.
You wouldn't want to be
I'm assuming it's
punished for
difficult to
something so
bug up that one
minor,
because it was the
right?
tutorial.
Okay, then let's get excited! Who will be chosen as the Blackened? Will you make the right choice? Or the dreadfully wrong one? What's it gonna be? What's it gonna be?
Oh, looks like you got it right on the money. The Blackened in this case that killed Sakia was none other than Leon. I'm not gonna pronounce that last name.
Huh?
Huh?
Hey, hold on.
Hold on a second. Leon? Leon, did you really kill Sakia?
But...
I don't believe it.
You son of a bitch!
Son of a bitch, what the hell's wrong with you?
I didn't have a choice.
It was kill.
So, that's why...
That's why I had to kill her first.
None of you are any different!
One wrong step, and you'll be the one standing here. It was a complete chance that I would end up like this.
I was just... unlucky. That's all.
Hey! Come on!
You expect me just to accept my death? Everything became clear. Decision was made right there. Was right after all. But when I think about that, honestly, I'll be off if we were wrong. Because if what we came to reality because if what we came up with really is the truth, then that truth is that Sayaka was trying to frame me. But even if that's true, I can't say she was wrong. After all, the mastermind, it's all because of that video. Even I couldn't handle what I saw there. If I was her and the video was actually had something to do with me, I can't imagine. Now we're trapped here with no way out. They're probably waiting for me. I can't afford to be stuck in here. Sorry, I know this is a very heart-wrenching scene at the moment, but look at Hifumi. He's got Celeste hiding behind him, and it looks like he has Celeste's hair. Sorry, the one thing that was more important to her than anything else, her dream, her friends. To have to see something like that happen to them. And Sayaka. I did whatever it took to reach that dream. Yeah. I mean it. Even if something weren't so pleasant. And that's why Sayaka, for the friend that meant so much to her. That's why she betrayed me. So when she said,
No matter what happens, please always be there for me. I need you on my side.
she was lying to me from the very beginning. She was using me. Is that why she talked to me in the first place? I guess I'll never know. Because there's nothing I can do to ask her than what she was thinking. When she dead, that's it. Boy, howdy. The excitement in the entertainment industry must be sure terrified, huh? I mean, trying to kill someone just because of those relationships.
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
It seems so nice and lovely on the outside, but inside she's descending into pure madness. What did you say?
Phew!
I understand, really. I do. Yep. You're utter despair thanks to Sayaka's betrayal, right? Compassion... Something, love. The stronger those feelings, the stronger the despair when they collapse. Stop screwing with us. This is all your fault. Sayaka has been forced to do something like that. All of it, everything. It's all your fault. Suddenly in a frenzy, I lunged at Monokuma, but
That's enough.
as angry as I was, Kyoko latched onto my arm without hesitation. Her grip was like a lion, strong enough, and it was sure I wouldn't leave a bruise.
Calm down.
Oh God. If you really want to make her enemies pay for what they've done, you need to let it go for now. Damn it!
Ba-bum, ba-bum.
Oh, that was a close one. I thought I was sure gonna give me a good walloping. Just barely avoided punishment, you did.
Yes, indeed.
Now then, since you magnificently revealed the identity of the killer during the class trial, the blackened Leon will now receive his punishment.
Punishment? You mean execution? Wait a second!
I didn't have a choice. I had to kill her.
Yeah, that's it.
I was just protecting myself. It's the heat of the moment. It was self-defense.
Is that okay?
How exactly was it self-defense? Were you, when you forced your way into the bathroom, did you not use your very own toolkit? After she shut herself in the bathroom, you went out of your way to head back to your own room. Then you came all the way back, broke into the bathroom and killed her, am I wrong?
Do you understand?
You had a number of chances to stop what you were doing, but you chose not to. It is not because you had an unclouded intent to commit murder.
So,
No,
that's why...
that's not... Stop it! I had enough of this. Oh, are you sure? You were closer to her than anyone, were you not? Yeah. You killed your precious Sayaka. Do you understand? I can't say Leon's solely to blame. Of course I don't plan on blaming Sayaka either, because the blame is on him.
Huh?
Say what?
If it weren't for you, this would never happen, Sayaka or Leon. We shouldn't be fighting each other. We should be fighting against the one who put us in this situation, the mastermind.
Unbelievable.
Oh, did you awaken your sense of justice?
Hey,
Well, just so happens that there's nothing more unethical than an unwavering sensitive. I'm doing Celeste's voice, not Monokuma. After all, I'm doing a mix. I can't keep up his voice, sorry. After all, it's people with that sort of mentality that prosecute war over the world. Is that the kind of justice that awakens within you? Just shut up! Okay, well, anyway, more importantly, let's hurry up and get on with it, what everyone's been waiting for, the punishment!
I'm begging you! Please, don't do this!
hey, come on now.
No more begging, no more excuses. You must pay the penalty for breaking the rules. Society demands it.
Stop, please!
I'm stuck in Celeste, great.
Now then, I've prepared a very special punishment.
Well, Leon's a baseball star.
No!
Let's give it everything we've got! It's punishment time!
There we go. Fixed it right at the very end. I'm gonna just I did realise I'm muted. What we saw, that was the true face of despair. I mean, if you can't call it that, what else could we call it?
Extreme!
Man, my adrenaline is pumping. Right out of control.
I can't take it.
Do we really have to keep doing this? I can't take it. Well, hey, if you don't like it. Then all you gotta do is swear to cut all ties with the outside world and accept living here forever. But that's only if every single one of you can get on board with that.
Damn you!
Man, fuck you. What the fuck are you doing all this evil shit to us?
What the heck?
Evil? You make it sound like I'm some dark, awful, secret society type guy.
Say what?
Okay, dark, awful, secret society type bear?
Well...
So what are you putting an upstanding young citizen like me through this gruel deal?
Hey,
It seems like you're trying to use common sense to make sense of something that don't make sense. That's like trying to put a mile on a scale. It's just don't think it's possible. Hey, I don't think what you're saying and what I'm saying are quite fitting together.
Shit.
You piece of shit. I don't know who you are or who or what you are, but I'm gonna pound your ass into the ground. You must really hate me. You get so angry, huh? But you don't, but you do that, you're barking way up the wrong tree. what happened, because more than one of you decided you wanted to get out of here, right? No matter how much time passes, you can't cut free your regrets from the outside world. You're to blame. Of course we can't cut free of the outside world, being trapped inside the place. You're trapped, aren't you? Well, I'm sure once you learn all the mysteries of the school, you're thinking you'll change for sure. You're thinking, boy, isn't it so wonderful how we'll get to live here forever?
What does this mean?
What are you trying to say?
Hey,
I feel like there's some deeper meaning hidden in there, just like before.
Thrills, chills, kills!
Anyway, let's get the Blacken's punishment that everyone's been waiting for, after all.
hey,
When you say everyone, who exactly are you referring to? Sorry, I said everything I got to say. I need to save some fun for later. And just like that, he was gone. He left us there, overwhelming by nightmares turned reality. Even after he was gone, we stood there forever, unable to move. Actually, no, it wasn't that long, I think. Everyone just lost their sense of time, and we all too scared. Scared of being alone. No one even tried to speak. Their faces were stone, their voice dead. But it was in that moment.
just a second.
Makoto, can I talk for you for a second? She moved closer and whispered into my ear.
Makoto.
Before we head back, there's something I want to talk to you about. About Sakura, isn't it? I'm surprised you figured it out.
Listen.
I told you before the class trials started. You had to figure out the mystery of this case yourself. You wanted me to realize how Sakura betrayed me myself, didn't you? The thought never crossed my mind. I felt such a fool becoming such an easy target like that.
It's true.
Sakura meant to double cross you, and that's a fact you can never change. But even till the very end, she wasn't sure of her decision. That's why she lay there dying. She was thinking of you. She was thinking of me. You can't just say something like that. I mean, there's no way you can know that. Only Sakura would know for sure, and we can't ask her now.
However,
even if you can't ask her, you can infer it, don't you think? Her final thought was how she could protect you. What?
so...
The fact that she used her last ounce of energy to leave her dying message proves it. If she didn't care what happened to you, she never would have left that message. Well, maybe she just wanted to get back at the person who had killed her.
Certainly.
That's certainly one possibility. But I don't think that's what it was.
Anyway...
She was uncertain. She was uncertain she could kill someone or deceive you, which is why her plan failed. Her hesitation actuated failure.
Right.
So almost ironic when you think about it. Why are you telling me all this? Because you're the kind of person who can overcome this. Because you can move past the death of your friends Sakura and Leon and keep moving forward.
Correct.
Without someone like that, in other words, never be able to break free of such a desperate situation. Move past their deaths? I could never do that. No. I'm going to carry them with the rest of my life. How could I possibly move past something like that? Leon, Sakura, I carry them with me forever. I'll carry their memories with me wherever I go. Instead of forgetting them, you choose the hard road? Well, I have high expectations for you. As she said that, she revealed a smallest of smiles.
Hey.
By the way, I have to admit I'm curious. How did you know I wanted to talk to you about Sakura? Oh well, I'm psychic.
What?
Kidding. I just have a pretty good intuition. Well. Well, that was a ride. Yeah. I don't quite know what to say after that, to be honest. I was originally gonna call Saki a bitch for trying to frame us, but when you stop and think that that the reason why that she probably couldn't kill Leon because during it she probably didn't have the heart for it, and then wrote Leon's name to save Makoto. She could have left Makoto to die if she really wanted to, and she didn't. Okay. Well, I'm gonna call this here, guys. Once again, thank you guys for coming out. It's been a pleasure playing it. It feels good to hop back into Danganronpa, but that was a ride. That was a ride and a half. So, once again, thank you, and I'll see you guys in the next stream. See ya.